Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and this is going to be a look at a new knife that I just received today. Obviously, this is a knife by Quartermaster Knives, and I'm really excited about this particular one. I actually follow them on Instagram, and about a week ago, they posted an advanced sale on their new knife, the Boss Hog. If you guys know about Quartermaster, they try to name their knives after different 80s and 90s TV characters, so this is the Boss Hog after the sheriff in the Dukes of Hazzard. Now this is model number QSA-1, and I was pretty excited about this because it's completely different from the other knives that I have from Quartermaster. It's a very big and beefy knife, and it definitely shows off a lot of their skills in just the way that they can meld the different blade shapes to the different handle shapes and things like that. So again, if you guys aren't following them on Instagram, go ahead and follow them, because from time to time they do post these kind of like advanced notice, advanced sales and things like that. I had been seeing a couple pictures and whatnot on this knife, but I really wanted to get it in hand so I could see exactly the way it looked. So let me go ahead and open the box so you guys can see. Obviously, with all Quartermaster knives, you get the knife itself and its bag. You get the catalog here, and then you get the certificate of authenticity, and this is model number 40 of 300, and then this is dated 7/19/2014, so it was just made. So here's the knife itself. On the bag you also have the number 40. Again, that's the model number of this one, or the series number of that one. And here's the knife itself. So obviously right off the bat you can see how big and beefy this knife is. First things first, the weight on this is 10 ounces, so it's not a light knife whatsoever. You definitely feel all 10 ounces of this knife. It's very, very heavy in hand, but it kind of goes hand in hand with the shape of the knife, the shape of the blade, and everything like that. So as you guys can see here, you are able to deploy the knife via this finger guard, which acts as a flipper as well. There is some jimping on the top there, but you also do have the ambidextrous thumb studs on here, double thumb studs, that Quartermaster knives are known for. So if you want to go ahead and use those to deploy it, then you can go ahead and do that. On the opposite side, you do have a pretty low ride clip for the size of the knife, and it is ambidextrous. It's left or right hand carry, tip up only, obviously. It is a frame lock, so as you guys can see here, it's the big beefy frame lock. And then what's cool is that you also have a G10 lock back stabilizer right there, so that's pretty cool. It's a little bit different. It kind of comes down and lets the lock bar not go past that, so you can't extend it any further. So what I was pretty surprised about the knife is how smooth when you flip it open it is. And so you guys can see there, no wrist action. That was just me flicking the flipper on the top and the blade coming out. Now the majority of the weight, you are going to feel it. It's going to be on the blade itself. This is a really, really hefty blade. This is CPM 154. It's a 4-inch blade. So it's a pretty massive. Definitely you can do a lot of damage with this blade. Really awesome grind. You have double grinds right here, and then it actually, but you do have just the one cutting edge. So even though you have the 2 grinds on the blade itself, it's one continuous cutting edge. So that's always something to note. That's going to make it a lot easier to sharpen. But right out of the box, the blade is razor sharp. It also has a slight mirror finish to it. I don't know if you guys can tell there. The spine of the blade is rounded also, which was a really nice touch. I didn't know that was going to be like that, but it gives it a really nice classy look. And then obviously this is the stone wash finish on the blade. There's 2 finishes, the stone wash and then what they call a carbon copy, which is a darker finish on there. You do have some, I wouldn't call this jimping, just some file work on the blade there itself. Then on the opposite side, you have the Quartermaster logo. Let me see if I can focus on that. And then made in Texas, USA. And then obviously number 40 of 300. Let me tell you, this is a really, really awesome knife in the hand. I have medium to large hands, as you guys can see there, and I have about 1.5 inches of handle length towards the back there, and I'm actually kind of choking up all the way on the blade, so I can definitely come back here if I needed to, or come right up here and go ahead and maneuver the blade a little bit easier. Now, as always, I like to bring up another blade for comparison. So what I'm going to do is I'll stick with the Quartermaster theme. This is the Mr. Roper, the Tonto edition. This is obviously the King's Arsenal and Quartermaster collaboration that I did a review on earlier. But here it is, side by side. You guys can see how much the Boss Hog kind of dwarfs the Mr. Roper as far as size goes. But if you guys are familiar with the size of the Mr. Roper, then you'll be able to see the difference as far as size wise. Obviously, you know, I'll put them side by side this way so you guys can see the thickness of the blade in comparison. But it's a big knife, to say the least. You know, here it is, end to end pretty much, and you have a good 3 inches, I would say, of blade left as far as size wise. So there it is. This is the Quartermaster Knives Boss Hog, model number QSA-1. If you guys are interested, I would definitely recommend picking this up. I haven't seen any reviews on it yet. Maybe today. I know, like I said, they did a kind of like an advanced sale with a little bit of a discount for the people that were following them on Instagram. So if you're not, definitely go ahead and follow them so you guys can jump on any further you know, specials or anything like that, like they do with some other knives. And if you guys want to pick it up, I would definitely recommend picking it up. It's a really cool knife. Definitely not your typical EDC knife. This is going to be a heavy use knife. The one thing is that I did find is the lockup is very nice, and there's actually no stick on the lock bar. So I know with one of the Mr. Ropers that I own, which is the other blade one, when I try to unlock it, sometimes depending on the lockup, the actual lock bar would be a little sticky. But this one is perfect. Centering is really good as well, and then obviously it's an open construction, so it makes it real easy to clean and whatnot. You do have a little bit more file work. Again, I'm not going to call it jimping just because of how aggressive and big it is in the back here and in the bottom there. So this knife is definitely not going to move when you have it in your hand. Your hand locks really tight around it, and it's really comfortable in the hand, which is another thing for such a big knife. There's really no sore spots whatsoever. The thumb goes back there, and then you have the 2 guards right there, so there's no way that your hand is going to slip up on the blade or anything like that. And again, the blade is very sharp out of the box. You do have a really nice belly on the blade right here, and then over here, if you want to do you know, a little bit more of intricate file work or anything, or intricate work, I should say, you're able to use this bottom part there. So definitely go ahead and check it out, and if you guys are interested, go ahead and order one, and let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.